Sometimes being a homeowner is not fun. Sometimes you get a huge bill or a huge headache and you don't have anyone else that can handle it. It's on you. So that is currently happening to us, and I'm going to share all the details about it. Welcome back to Pennies Not Perfection, where we share the ups and the downs of building wealth without perfection. Gotta be honest, this is one of those times where I wish I was already wealthy, not in the trenches trying to pay off my mortgage, build wealth, and do all of the other things and live a fun life at the same time. So let's get into it. What exactly is going on, and why does being a homeowner sometimes feel very stressful? For us, we bought a house in 2025. Obviously this year, you've probably seen videos about it, and if you haven't, you can check those out on my channel. But we bought a house, we closed in April, we moved in May, and now in June, our insurance company is dropping us because of our roof. Unfortunately, even though we did get a policy and the insurance agent thought everything was fine, and we thought everything was fine, and obviously the homeowners before us were fine with their policy, the underwriting at the company that we chose decided that things were not fine. Things were not good. And even though our roof was halfway replaced 2 years ago, it's not the right kind of roof. It's not the kind that they want to insure. And there are too many trees. So they decided that even though we had a policy and everything seemed fine, they are dropping us. There is no way to fight it. There is nothing that we can say. There's nothing that we can do, because we have tried. Over the last couple of weeks, we have talked to the insurance agent, we have tried to talk to the underwriter, we have tried to send information. They had old pictures, so we sent updated pictures. The insurance agent brought their drone out and was looking at the roof and getting real up close, and which I thought was a cool process. But unfortunately, they said, doesn't matter, we're not gonna insure you. So they said to keep that policy, we had to replace a new roof entirely, a whole new roof. And obviously this is a month after we moved in, and we don't have $20,000 laying around for a new roof. We did have some money for repairs on the house, and we actually have already repaired the roof several times. We had some things in the inspection report. There were a couple places where it was leaking or things were didn't look right. So we had a roofer come out 2 or 3 times to this house and repair things. He fixed all of the problems, and we thought that was great because we had a roof that could last a couple more years so that we could save up money and pay for a new roof in a couple of years, because we knew it's a little bit older on one side of the house, but the other side was just done. And even though it's the old style of shingles, we could just wait a couple of years and then replace it because there were other things we needed to repair. Unfortunately, the insurance company did not agree with us, and they have decided to cancel our policy, even though we had repairs done, even though we had a roofer look at it, and he verified everything that we were told from the seller and everything that we thought about the roof. Didn't matter to underwriting. So we are now looking at our options. What are the options in this situation? Well, number one, we can replace a roof. Do we have the cash set aside for a roof? No, we would have to pull from emergency funds, and we would have to pull from all sorts of different places that I would prefer not to pull from right now. And then number two, our option is to try to find another company that will insure our house, at least in the interim, until we can pile up $10,000 to $20,000, or at least enough that I feel comfortable pulling from other sources as well. So neither option is fantastic, because obviously all other companies are going to know that this current insurance company dropped us because of the roof. So they're all going to either not want to cover us, or they're going to raise the rates and make it a lot more expensive per month, or they're only going to cover part of the roof. So if something happens, we will end up paying way more for the roof. And that doesn't sound great either. So this is the part where being a homeowner is not fun. Especially when you weren't expecting something to happen on this kind of timeline. So obviously you have to replace a roof every so often, and roofs don't last forever, and insurance companies definitely don't think roofs last forever. But we thought we had more time until that was necessary. But as a homeowner, you don't really always get to pick and choose when repairs need to be made. So we are trying to figure out which direction we're going to go. And honestly, I don't have an answer in this video because we have not decided what we're doing yet. And I don't really have a solution. So I'm just sharing the ups and downs because it's interesting. And it's something that I think people should be more aware of. If you are buying a house, things like this can happen. Like a month later, you might have a $20,000 repair. So just be aware and try to keep as much money as possible liquid, which we do not have liquid. So that is the downside. for us. Learn from my mistakes. Sometimes that is the point of my channel. Learn from my mistakes. I've made plenty of financial mistakes in the past, and I have fixed a lot of them, and I'm going to keep making some of them. So just that is the point of pennies not perfection. And this is one of those things where I feel like, yes, I made a mistake. I didn't give us enough cash to fully fund this in a comfortable way for me, where I felt comfortable depleting our funds. But just overall, I wanted to share that sometimes things happen. And for us, the thing that's happening is that our roof is not covered. It is making me so frustrated that the people that lived here before did not take advantage of maybe like having their insurance replace the roof, because obviously we cannot do that now. It's kind of funny because a random guy stopped by our house the other day and he gave me his card and he's like, oh, I see you have an old roof. I work with insurance companies to get people's roofs replaced for free. And I'm like, well, unfortunately, you are barking up the wrong tree because we are being dropped by our insurance for this and we are not going to be able to do that. I wish these sellers had done that maybe 2 or 3 years ago instead, but they didn't. So we inherited this problem and now we are going to have to replace the roof or figure out new insurance and then replace the roof in a year or two. This is, no matter what, this is going to have to happen in a year or two. That's basically the issue here, is that no matter what, whether this happens this month or in a year or two, it has to happen in the next short period of time. And it's a big expense. So how are we going to cover this expense? So basically we are going to stop doing any other repairs or aesthetic options. We were going to replace some flooring here and we're not going to do that. We are instead going to keep what's left in the repair fund. We do have a couple $1,000s left in that. And we had to obviously use some of it for things that were fire hazards and not up to code. And we had to fix that. And what's depleted is gone, but we do have a few thousand left. So we will use that to start a new like roof fund. And then we will try to just save as quick as possible, which is going well. It's, you know, we're already trying to save for mortgage payoff and recast and all of that. Also trying to save for some other things. So I will have a video soon laying out all my sinking funds and my plan for that, because we have a lot of things to save for. So that's my update on home ownership and our new stressful situation where we are going to have to add a much faster savings for a roof because we got to get a new roof on this house. Homeownership can be so much fun. I'll be honest, finding out we need a new roof or our insurance would drop us was a little bit stressful. I was a little bit stressed by that, and I am feeling a little bit better now because we have a plan. We either get new insurance or we get a new roof ASAP. And while I don't know which one we're going to be doing, we do at least know what we have to do. And I just wanted to share this video because it is something that happens. You buy a house, then you move in, and then you have a huge expense. So it's definitely always a good idea to have cash on hand to weather something like this. We thought we had enough cash on hand to do most of the repairs and things we needed. But I'll be honest, $20,000 for a new roof was not on my bingo card for this year specifically. So we will be figuring out how to handle that. I would love to know if anything like this has happened to you before when you bought a house, or if you have heard of this happening to other people. I find that now that I'm sharing my story about having our roof be an issue, a lot of other people have gone through similar situations. So definitely leave me a comment if this has happened to you before and let me know what you did in this situation. And then go watch this video. I will catch you over there.